What's going on YouTube? 0088 here, and I am reacting to the top 5 games I'm excited for the rest of 2020. The second half of 2020. These are the top 5 games I'm excited for. I didn't do a top 10 because I'm not excited for 10 games. I'm excited for just 5 games, just about. So I thought let's just talk about the games I'm excited for the rest of this year. Let me just do some honourable mentions that aren't going to be on this straight away, so get that out of the way quickly. First of all is Ghost of Tsushima, because that would have been on here, but because of when I'm making this video, the game's already out, so it's got to be games that aren't out yet, so that would have been on here. So it's a different game that's taking its place at the 5th spot. Well, Ghost of Tsushima would have probably been higher than 5th if it was able to be on my list, but yeah, Ghost of... I can't even say it. Tsushima? Anyway, I haven't even got the game yet, but I'm excited for it. Even it's out, I should be playing it, but I've got so many games to play. I don't have time and money to be thrown. I just played The Last of Us. I'm in the middle of Final Fantasy VII Remake. I've got to play The Witcher 3. I still haven't finished Fallout 4. I still got to play Zelda Breath of the Wild. I've got so many games I'm so behind on that I don't want to add Ghost of Tsushima on top of that. I might just wait for a bit and get that later. But there are certain games that I'm really looking forward to that would put Final Fantasy out of the way, that'll put Witcher out of the way and Zelda out of the way and take its place. Ghost of Tsushima is not big enough for me to do that. Also, the other honourable mention is Spider-Man Miles Morales. Now, some people will be like, what? How is that not your number 2? How is that not your number 1? How is that at least not number 3, fam? What's wrong with you? Why are you looking for Spider-Man Miles Morales? I'll tell you why. I feel like Spider-Man PS4 could have been better than what it was. It just didn't feel innovative enough for me. Like, you know, playing as Miles was okay, that made sense. Playing as Mary Jane absolutely irritated me. The superhero girlfriend that doesn't do anything trope, they're trying to avoid that trope so badly that they're forcing her on you. I'm like, why? If you want me to play as a female character, let me play as a female superhero like Black Cat or something, you know? You know, even Silver Sable's in the DLC. Let me play as Silver Sable. I don't want to play as Mary Jane who just takes pictures and sneaks around and stuff. That's so boring. Like, why? That really irritated me. I'd rather play as a female character that actually has powers. Like, even in the DLC, there was huge gameplay sections of Mary Jane. Anyway, I'm going on a tangent now. So why am I not excited for Miles Morales? Like, the experience I had, I still haven't even completed. I've downloaded all the DLCs for Spider-Man PS4. I still haven't completed them because I'm just kind of bored of it, you know? Like, I'm going to get to it eventually, but playing as Mary Jane put me off so much, and DLCs, I'm just not interested in it that much. And Miles Morales, he's a cool character. I went to watch the Spider-Verse movie. Cool film. I liked Miles Morales in the PS4 game. Miles Morales, I liked the trailer, even though I didn't get to react to it. I did react to it, but I lost the footage. But I liked the trailer of Miles Morales. I even downloaded the song in the trailer. The song is bad. I play that. That's my playlist, my Spotify playlist all the time when I'm driving. I pump that up. Full bass. That song is sick on the trailer. Kid Cudi and Jaden Smith. But the game, first of all, it's on PS5. I think it's a PS5 exclusive. I don't think it's on PS4. And I ain't getting a PS5 for a while, I think. Like, I'm waiting to see how the first SKUs come out and see how they do. Even though the PS4 generation was fine, the PS3 generation was bad. Like, you got the yellow light of death, discs weren't reading on the original PS3s, you got the red light of death on the original Xboxes. That generation had a lot of faults, and I know the PS4 generation was okay, but I'm worried about the PS5 generation and the Xbox One X generation. Is it Xbox One X? I think, I don't know, I've lost track of the Xboxes, I don't know. But yeah, I'm worried about the next gen. I'll just wait and see how it does, and then I'll get a PS5 when there's more games come out for it a lot later. So I don't really need Miles Morales, and it seems like it's going to be a short, it almost feels like a DLC on its own. It seems like it's going to be a short game. And Miles Morales, playing as him, I don't know any of his, you know, villains or anything like that. I'm not super excited to play as Miles Morales like that. Like, it's not as annoying as Kamala Khan, but the reason why Miles Morales isn't annoying is because he's not taking over an Avengers game. Like Kamala Khan's annoying because she's taking over the Avengers game, kind of. She's the main character. That's what they've said. Or at least she's the heart of the story or something. But anyway, we'll get into that later. But yeah, those are the honorable mentions. Let's get into my first game. Number 5 that I'm excited for is Crash Bandicoot's, what is it? Crash Bandicoot About Time. I am looking forward to this game, man. Mainly because my girlfriend kind of got me into the original Crash Bandicoot. She loved the original one. She used to play it all the time when she was a kid. And then when the remake was coming out, we copped that quick and we were playing the whole remake. We played it for ages. We tried to get all the gems and everything. It was so much fun. So that got me really into this. And I'm looking forward to the same kind of gameplay in Crash Bandicoot 4. So I'm looking forward to this. Comes out on October 2nd, I believe. And it looks pretty good. I think I'm looking forward to playing it with her. She's definitely looking forward to it. So because of her, I'm looking forward to playing this. Crash Bandicoot 4 is my number 5. And we'll go to the next one. Okay, game number 4. You're going to be kind of shocked that it's number 4. It's coming out, I believe, in September. I'll explain why it's number 4. People aren't going to be happy, but after I tell you how I feel about it, I can't deny how good it looks and how I'll probably just have to get myself used to the problem I'm going to have with it. But anyway, this is my number 4. Because Cyberpunk 2077 is my number 4 game that I'm looking forward to this year. I think it comes out in September. I've been, obviously, I don't need to explain this game, man. Everyone's excited for this damn game, but recently there's been some funny news about it, like they've removed wall running, they've removed car customizations or something. In a Cyberpunk world, how do you not have car customization? It just seems crazy. You can customize your genitals, you can make your penis huge, but they've removed car customization. Look at that, look at that. It just... How'd you move that? But anyway, why is this so low on my list? Because this is in a particular order, this list. Why is this so low? Because it's first person forced, you know. Now I know a lot of you don't understand that, but I just don't get how CD Projekt Red has made a game that is basically an RPG open world where, like, you know, you go shops, like, you talk to people, you do missions, you do side missions, you go have an apartment, you change your clothes, you create your character, to incredible detail to the point of you can change their teeth, you can change their eyes, you change their gender, you change their genitals, you change so much on your character, you can change the little implants on their body and shit. You change so much shit, but then it's forced first person, so you can't even see your character. Your character is, you can only see him in the menu or in mirrors, and mirrors you're going to be there like temporarily. So that really put my hype down. This would probably have been number 1 if it had a third person option. I said option, alright? I'm not saying remove first person. I'd probably play it in first person a few times. But I just want the option of having third person. I don't know why CD Projekt Red seems to think, you know, that forcing their idea of immersion on you is a good thing. Like, give us, even if it doesn't play well in third person, say, look, we want to give you the option, but it's meant to be played in first person. What's wrong with that? This is for 18-year-olds, clearly. So we're grown people. We understand that you've made the game a certain way, but still give us the option to have a third person. At the very least, you should have at least let us pull the camera back so we can look at our characters that we've created. You know, it just seems so weird to me. You know, that's why it's so low on my list. And the fact that they've removed wall running, they keep removing things as we get closer to the release date. They keep pushing the game back, which is fine. Make it as perfect as you can. But they keep removing things as well, which is worrying. So I don't know what's going on. I feel like a lot of people have been saying this as well, that this game is getting pretty overhyped, you know. And it might disappoint some people. I feel like people have put this game on such a high pedestal that it might not be as good as they think it's going to be. And no car customization, for not having car customization in a Cyberpunk game, Cyberpunk world seems insane to me. But whatever. I wanted to, you know, wear a duster like Kay in a Blade Runner 2049 or the original Blade Runner like Deckard. And You know, I just wanted to be able to see my character walk around. I wanted to shape up his hair and give him a flat top like Blade and just see. You can't see it. All you can see is his hands going like this. All you can see his hands in front of you. Like, you say, oh, but that's all you see in real life. Yeah, but I don't want to play real life. I want to role play in this game and see my character do all this cool shit and hide behind walls and all this kind of stuff, you know? Like, being forced just to sit. Look, it's just a floating head. It's moving along. Like, the combat is weird when you're just seeing your two fists go like that. Like, you know, that's not how you fight. You want to see some movement. You want to see some headlocks. You want to see some throws. I just disappointed there's no third person mode. So, to the point where I'll probably wait for the PC version and upgrade my PC and get a mod where it's third person. I hope the gameplay is like Call of Duty Warzone, where there's relatively few animations that you can see, because there's going to be a multiplayer soon. So it will seem strange if they haven't done any kind of animations for your character, like any kind of relevant animations, and so it looks stupid and they're just stuck, or it's just a floating hand. It wouldn't make sense for the multiplayer that they want to implement later on. So I'm hoping that the PC version someone will be able to make a mod where it's like third person, and it's kind of plays like Call of Duty Warzone third person. I don't know if you guys seen it. Look it up, it's pretty good. Maybe I'll put it on the screen or something. Like Call of Duty Warzone third person looks not that bad. If the Cyberpunk looks like that and third person mod, I'll be happy. Like, I haven't seen any footage of any of the gameplays where they've looked down and can see their legs and their body. That's how you know, like, they've done a third person. But I have seen some shadows. I don't know if I can even get to that in this gameplay now. Yeah, see, look, there. You can see V's shadow there. So she clearly has a body. This is the female V. She clearly has a body, and you can see that her moving and doing stuff, you know? So, but it's very robotic, but so is Call of Duty a little bit. Like, you know, so I'm hoping they'll be able to make a mod and you'll be able to at least sort of see your V sometimes, you know? That sounds wrong. But yeah, anyway, that's my number 4 game, Cyberpunk 2077. It could have been number 1, but you know, CD Projekt Red likes to put limitations that kind of kill it for some. It's not just me. A lot of people are not happy about the no third person. It just seems strange. A game like this, is it a first person shooter or is it an open world RPG? You know, I know Skyrim and I know Fallout are first person games mostly, but they have a third person option with number 1, and it just seems, because they know Bethesda knew no matter how janky their third person animations are, they knew that an RPG needs to have a third person mode, you know. So, and I don't know what CD Projekt Red's doing with this. I've never heard of a like deep RPG having only first person. Like that's some old school shit. But anyway, that's my number 4. Now my number 3. My number 3 game. This game would have been number 2, but I've just recently watched some gameplay of it, and it's made me a little bit worried. I think most of you probably guess it. Yeah, let's just get into it. And if you haven't guessed already, my number 3 is the Mafia Definitive Edition, the first game, the Mafia remake. And it looks really good. The graphics look amazing. But how's it higher than Cyberpunk 2077? How is this remake that's probably, you know, going to be really cheap higher than Cyberpunk 2077? Well, I'll tell you why. Because first of all, I've always wanted to play the Mafia game, the Mafia trilogy. Ever since I played Mafia 2 years ago, like when I played it on PlayStation Now, and I was like, wow, this old game that came out in 2010 was is pretty damn good. Like, it's got, you can put petrol in your car, you can go to the shop and buy food, you can bribe the police. Mafia 2 seems fun. I want to play Mafia 3, and then I played a little bit, 10 minutes of Mafia 3, and it's quite limited compared to Mafia 2. But then I was like, you know what, I don't want to play Mafia 2 and 3 until I play the original one. And then I kind of forgot about Mafia for a bit. But then I saw the trailer of the Mafia trilogy with the remake leading it, and I was like, oh my god, they're making a trilogy, like definitive edition, remasters, and a remake of the original one. The original one that's all dated and shitty on the PS2. I was like, no way. I never played the original one, but then I downloaded the PC version. I bought that, and I played it recently after hearing they're bringing out the remake. So I was playing that, and I was like, wow. At first, it was a bit, you know, long. It was a bit like dated, but then it actually got pretty fun, man. It was like you could put petrol in your car. The game remembers where you've left your car, even if you've driven like on the other side of the map almost. What other cool stuff? It just had all these cool features. It had these realistic gun mechanics where if you reload, you lose the bullets, so you have to wait for your whole clip to finish. All the guns and clips and bullets stay on the floor. Bullet holes. The police stop you. The police stop you for speeding. The police stop you. Some bits were tedious, but they were trying to make it realistic, so it's pretty cool. But I wish there was a bit more variety, but it's an old school game, so what can you do? And they just had all these really cool features. The police will arrest you for going for a red light, you know. I don't know if this game's going to have all that kind of stuff. So so the game impressed me. I thought I was just going to quickly play it and just see some storyline bits. And this is going to be the main course, but the main course might have been the original game, because this game, what they've shown in the gameplay, is a little bit worrying, because all they showed is a mission. They're not showing like the free roam. They're not showing the world, the open world, and I don't know why that is. The game's literally coming out in like 2 months, I believe. So I don't know what they've done or what they're hiding. It feels like they're hiding something, just showing this random mission. Are we going to see more gameplay trailers? I hope so. It comes out at the end of September 28th, I believe, or something like that. I think Cyberpunk comes out before it, which is quite funny. So I don't know if Hangar 13 took a massive risk here, bringing out the game so close to Cyberpunk. They might have taken a risk bringing out the game like that time, because everyone's going to want Cyberpunk. They might not have the money for this anymore. They might lose money, but it's not a full price game. If you buy you can buy the whole definitive trilogy for about, for me, I think I paid £50 for it. So it's obviously, you know, it's not going to be a deep remake. It's probably going to be very similar to Mafia 3. But I'm excited for it because it's like, I've just been excited for it. I just want to see, you know, the Mafia original story play out in a 4K HD gameplay, you know, modern day gameplay. Though I'm not really feeling Paulie's voice in this. Sam seems okay. Tommy seems okay, but Paulie seems, the way his voice is and the way he's behaving seems kind of pussy-like. Like in the original, he seems a bit of a. I mean, he was a good guy in the original, but you could never tell because he was a kind of a badass in the original. Like he was basically Joe Pesci from Goodfellas. That's what Paulie was in the original. Now he doesn't seem scary in this one.
Unless the donuts, the rest of the face down in the dirt too.
Was he? I don't even know what he said there. The donuts, the face down in the dirt too. I don't know what the hell he said there, but yeah. Look, he's getting all scared because there's police.
The cops, Tommy.
They're cops, Tommy! He seems like one of those loser characters. This is a perfect analogy. In the original game, Paulie was Joe Pesci from Goodfellas. In this game, this feels like Joe Pesci from Home Alone. And even that Joe Pesci seems scarier than this Paulie. I mean, this is just a mission. Hopefully he's scary in other parts. But yeah, they've really changed. It feels like they've changed Paulie's character. I don't know if they've done it for the better. But yeah, anyway, I am excited for Mafia 3. That's criticising the hell out. I mean, sorry, Mafia 1. It's my third pick. It would have probably been my second pick, but after watching the trailer, it's dropped down a little bit, and my second pick is something else now. Let's go to pick number 2. So my number 2 pick, my number 2 most anticipated game of 2020 is Watch Dogs Legion. Now, this was probably going to be my number 3 pick. I was probably number 2 most excited about Mafia, but after seeing the gameplay trailer, I'm a little bit worried. So this is my number 2 pick now, and I'll give you a few reasons. It's set in London, where I'm from. You know, I love the getaway games, and it's nice to see London again, even though it's Ubisoft's London and not I can't remember the guys that created the Getaway. So this is going to be, the Getaway is quite gritty. This is going to be a bit more, you know, Saints Row-ish, which is okay. It'll be a different take on London. It's futuristic. It's not just the fact that it's London though. That's just the icing on top. The idea that you can, you know, be every single NPC in the entire world is damn exciting to me. Some people are a bit skeptical about it. I don't know how you could be. I've seen the gameplay and it looks good. I'm really looking forward to this game, man. I'm looking forward to having my own group. I don't know if you guys have seen the TV show Mr. Robot, where it's got, I can't remember his damn name now, the guy that plays Freddie Mercury. He's the main character and he gets recruited. I'm not going to spoil it, I'm just saying some basic stuff. He gets recruited into like a hacking organization, and I kind of want to replicate Mr. Robot in this and just make DedSec my hacking organization, and it's going to be like a whole bunch of fun, man. And I'm going to like get certain characters and change their clothes, maybe make them all wear the same clothes, I don't know. And it's set in the near future of like, so it's got all these like TV screens everywhere and automatic cars, and it just seems like a whole bunch of fun, man. The game also has permadeath. I've always loved permadeath since Obscure 1 and 2. That game was so unique with the, like, it was basically Resident Evil, and you're 4 kids in a school, and if you control all 4 of them, you can switch who you control, kind of like this game. You switch who you control, and if you go off and you die, the kids stay dead all the way till the end of the game. And it was just like, whoa, and that was just made it really intense, and it was co-op, and anyway, that's Obscure. Then you had State of Decay and State of Decay 2, where you basically start off as one character and then you grow, expand your camp, and you got to survive in a zombie apocalypse, and if you die, your character stays dead and you can lose all your characters. And I've noticed one trend in all these permadeath games. You can only really have a permadeath game if you can accumulate a massive amount of characters, and that's what they've done here with Watch Dogs Legion. And this is like State of Decay and Obscure on a top high level, and you know, like high AAA level. You know, that's exciting. Change clothes and shit. Like you can make a whole army of just suited guys. You can make the agents from the Matrix if you really wanted to. Like it just seems like a hell of a lot of fun, man. Now I'm gonna properly watch this gameplay trailer. I haven't seen this one. You know, this guy's proper going in with no commentary and stuff. I want to just watch this guy just roam through. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this. Watch Dogs Legion, my number 2 pick of top 5 2020 games I'm most looking forward to. Watch Dogs Legion. Now, I did not expect this game to be my number 1 most anticipated game of 2020. Like, it should have been Cyberpunk, but it fell to this one by default. Because if you know my channel by now, have you seen my reactions? Have you seen my most viewed reactions? Have you seen what this poster is here? Oh, you can't see it on that camera, forget it. I'm not going to move the camera, it's too long. But yeah, if you know my channel, I'm a massive fan of the MCU, Marvel. And it had to be this game. It had to be Marvel's Avengers. And I know what some of you are thinking who follow my channel, very few of you who actually follow my channel. I made a whole video about how this game's pissing me off and I'm not looking forward to it because of Kamala Khan being the main focus, main protagonist. And yeah, that really worried me for a bit, but it seems that she's not going to be too much of the focus. She's just the heart of the story. But though recently I watched a trailer that came out like yesterday about what Kamala Khan is to the game, and they're kind of all but saying she's the main protagonist basically. And the dislike and likes bar ratio shows you people aren't happy about this, you know. And it's not because we're racist, it's not because we're sexist, it's because we just don't give a fuck about Kamala Khan, man. We don't care about her. This is the first time we're kind of seeing her, and you're throwing her in the deep end, really. You haven't given her time to swim in the, you know, paddle in the shallow end. You're throwing her in the deep end of the big boy Avengers. This is like when Justin Bieber first came out and putting him with the Beatles and their prime. or when they're legends, you know. This is like having The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin, if you're WWE fans, you know, have a fight and then add in Spike Dudley in a triple threat match. That just devalues it, you know. Like it just, you know, even Spike Dudley at least has some kind of decent backstory, you know. Like he's part of the Dudley Boys, you know. Like I don't know, Miss Marvel just comes out of nowhere and it's just part of the OG Avengers, you know, the Beatles, you know, the Jackson 5. You don't add flipping August Alsina into the Jackson 5, do you? It just ruins it. Even August Alsina, at least August Alsina's in entanglements and stuff like that. He's getting a bit popular somehow now. But you don't add August Alsina into the Jackson 5, do you? You don't, she's new, she's just come out. You know, let her grow a little bit before you force her into shit like this. If you really wanted the heart, or some kind of heart of the story, either let us create our own character and we can have our, so then we're self-inserted. That's what we're trying to do with Kamala Khan. But if you're not going to do that, Spider-Man's always the classic. You just do it with Spider-Man. I think in the comics, Spider-Man brought Captain Team Caps and Iron Man side together, didn't he? I can't remember the Civil War storyline. But yeah, I just don't know, man. I don't know. But anyway, this is my number one game. So once we remove Kamala Khan out of the picture, we have Warzone, we have War Table, you know, we have War Table, and that looks like a lot of fun. We have co-op online where you can play with your friends. I could be Iron Man, my friend could be Thor, another friend could be Hulk, another friend could be Black Widow. How sick! How sick is that, man? Like, and from the gameplay, the Warzone areas are quite big, man. They're quite big. This is basically a high-level version of Ultimate Alliance, but online co-op. Like that is just too sick, man. Like I don't know how I've pre-ordered it. That's how excited I am for it. This is why it's number one. I pre-ordered it. I'm going to be playing the beta on August 7th, so tune in for that. I'm looking forward to this game a lot. The story mode, not so much, because I know it's focused on Kamala Khan, like she's the main protagonist or something. But I'll get that. I'll still play the story mode. That's probably the first thing I'm going to do. I'll use the story mode to, you know, get used to the buttons and get used to everything. Then I'll take it online and, you know, join up with people. Like, this is basically a kind. I've never really played those kind of games before, like Destiny and things like that, and The Division, where there's loot boxes and things, and you're trying to find stuff within the world and areas and maps and stuff like that. I never really understood those games, and I think Anthem is like that. And I don't even know if Anthem came out, but putting an Avengers skin on those ideas sounds like a hell of a lot of fun for me. And the fact that they're going to be bringing out new storylines for free, new characters for free. You know, you're going to pay for like cosmetics and skins, which is fair enough. The fact they're bringing new storylines and characters for free is amazing. I feel like they might have some storylines already ready to go. But what I'm worried about is I hope the storylines aren't just about, you know, the new characters. Because we've already got Miss Marvel. This is the first storyline we're getting. Then I feel like, what if the next storyline we're playing as Amadeus Cho or the new Nova? I don't even know who that is. You know, all these little champions characters that we don't care about, you know, please no. I want to play as Black Panther. I want to play as Scarlet Witch. I want to play as Hawkeye. I don't know why. Hawkeye, she basically took Hawkeye's spot. I reckon when this game was like, you know, on the drawing boards and they were, you know, discussing this, they had Hawkeye ready to go, I bet. You know, because how do you have everyone in the MCU except for Hawkeye and then you replace him with Miss Marvel? It just seems kind of awkward. It's like weird. Like, why are you doing that? Just to add a token character in there, like to force it on you. Like, people really love to virtue signal. Anyway, even despite the inclusion of the forced inclusion of Miss Marvel, despite that, I'm still looking forward to this game, and it's my number one anticipated game of this year, 2020. Yeah, so that's my list. Those are my top 5 games I'm looking forward to this year. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what your top 5 games are, or top 10, or whatever in the comments. And as Watch Mojo would say, do you agree with our list? Let us know, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. If If you liked it, give me a like, subscribe, hit the notification button for notifications, and I'll see you again soon. Peace. Sam and the others are being held at the new Avengers facility. Held by your new friends? What did you call them? The Defenders? I shouldn't be surprised you haven't heard of them being on the run and all. You guys are looking pretty rough. Yeah, keeping the world safe while trying to hide from it takes a lot out of you. Speaking of hiding, where's Barnes?